Now, this year, we have seen bipartisan support for banning TikTok, including in this omnibus bill. How important is this, Chris?
It's hugely important, and it's great to see these quote-unquote experts finally catch up with common sense, just like you were talking about now. Kids should be in school. Natural immunity is a thing. We should not allow Chinese social media apps to feed garbage to our children right into their bedrooms, right into their schoolrooms, right into their school buses, everywhere they go. These things are extremely common sense, but for some reason the experts are still defending them and saying otherwise. Washington, D.C. is still filled with paid lobbyists who say it's against freedom and it's un-American to stop the Chinese government from downloading all the information that they can about our children while feeding them things that go exactly against what you would like. Now, if you open up TikTok, for example, in China as a Chinese kid, you're going to get videos on how to build your skills, how to be more intelligent, how to solve problems. You open up TikTok here in the United States as a kid, you're fed softcore pornography, you're fed people be hurting themselves in, albeit funny ways, but you're not fed anything that actually makes you a better citizen. At the same time, they're downloading your data. So I'm glad that common sense finally caught up with us here.
Ben, on the issue of equity, social, and governance, otherwise known as ESG investing, this is another issue that we've led on. Watch. Think of those behind the ESG movement as the self-appointed thought and governance police for corporate America. ESG scores are based on a set of totally arbitrary standards, and they actually could end up kneecapping great American companies almost overnight. The entire ESG movement is just another way to circumnavigate around the American voters. Now, Ben, states have since pulled tens of billions of dollars in their pension funds back from entities like BlackRock. That's just scratching the surface. But it looks like Vanguard is pulled out of the ESG world. Is this just the tip of the iceberg?
It absolutely is, Laura. And one of the things to understand here is this is just one more aspect of, whether it's the TikTok story or whether it's the COVID story, our elites selling us down the river, really trying to engage in so many different behaviors and putting this sort of veneer over everything that they do as if they have the moral authority to do so. They know what's right. You don't. You're too stupid as an American to know what's right for you, and we know better. That's something that we have been fighting against, whether you are a conservative or whether you're a populist, whether you're engaged in wanting to have limited government or not. I think that there are all sorts of Americans of every political stripe who are fed up with the way that elites treated our children, the way that they have allowed China to run roughshod over us, and the way that they've engaged in these stupid, moralistic-sounding games in order to hide the nature of what they've tried to do to warp the American experience.
All right, Chris and Ben, thank you. Have a great holiday season, both of you. Merry Christmas.